Our body type, our genetics, our nutrition are key elements. The environment as well are key elements to what it is that we're focused on and what we're doing, right? Getting in proximity to people that are doing what we want to achieve. And I'm going to give a quote from Nelson Mandela. He said, "I have always believed exercise is a key, not only to physical health, but to peace of mind." And this is something that we as people forget, that our whole state is tied into our physiology. And the better we keep the body, the better the chemistry within the body, which affects our ability to focus, which is our thinking. That then leads into our self-talk and the language we use, and the cycle begins on our whole state and managing that. And our opportunity to have a healthy and fit life that's really doesn't matter what anybody else wants. It comes down to, what do we want as individuals? And what are the goals and outcomes that we want? That's why I mentioned those 4 factors of health. Environment and who we're around is critical. So my encouragement is to exercise, because it will not only bring physical health, it will bring mental health and even spiritual health through meditation and breathing and just allowing ourselves to slow down and to connect. But all of these things that we're doing, the things that we're talking about with genetics and environment and nutrition, I think really comes down to, how do we do it? And what we've all alluded to in this discussion is it comes down to our plan and defining what our own individual ideal body balance is, the goal, the outcome that we want to achieve, and then creating the routines or rituals that will drive the results we want. I've trained with you many times. I've learned an immense amount of physical knowledge, how to heal better through many injuries and different things, and you've helped me get back on my feet. So how do we plan and set those physical goals that are actually going to be realistic in our expectations? Because as you've told me many times, Heath, you can overdo it sometimes. Levi, you can overdo it sometimes. And anybody who's a leader has experienced overdoing it sometimes. But I think it really comes down to us being clear, setting our goals, why we want them, that's the purpose, and then developing realistic and sustainable daily routines. So,
yeah, no,
Tom, involved in your guys' minds.
Yeah, well said, man. I like that. It's that's exactly it. First of all, establishing the why. We're not going to get off the couch and do anything if we don't really have that deep underlying why, and that has to be discovered for each individual. And it can be something, short time frame, something specific to what you're doing, or it can be a really big underlying why. It's often related to family or family member, something like that, that's going to really drive you to do better, to be better. And then, establishing a plan is key from there to keep you moving forward and doing those actionable goals daily. To speak specific on this time that we're in now, I've found that communicating with a lot of clients, which obviously I don't get to see on the daily anymore, at this given moment, it's key to keep it simple. I think a lot of people are getting very overwhelmed, and the stress levels are heightened with other things now, maybe financially, not being able to work and stuff. I think you've really got to look at the full picture. And at the moment, for now, I'm really keeping it simple. For quite a busy guy, an entrepreneurial guy, I want to be doing lots and fulfilling my days, but I literally have a daily task list that I like to include my exercise within that, and then I get to check the box, and that's an important fulfillment for everyone to kind of have that. I think every day. For me, it was morning I had my breath work. I know you do a lot of meditation and breath work. Mine's based off of the Wim Hof method, which I know you know well. You can YouTube this, anyone. Wim Hof has been a great influence to me. I've been following a lot of his cold therapy and breathing and mindfulness over the last year, pretty much. And that's a great way I like to start my day off. It doesn't happen every single day, 7 days a week, but I put it in there today. I'm doing a little bit of stretching, and I tick that off. Set your full daily goals, and to now, like I say, I can't get out and work an 8-10 hour shift, so there's a lot of time available, but also a lot of time for people to waste. So you really got to structure your day so that you are being successful, and you see that as being successful, even if it doesn't look like what your day used to be. So I wanted to speak on that, for people that are out there now and have got, so self-loathing, if we like, and in that rut of not doing what they're normally used to, and not performing at the level they like to. Well, start simple. Write out some small goals and start succeeding, and that's going to help drive you to continue.
Yeah. Go ahead, Bob.
Great comments, Thomas. Excellent comments. Listen, one of the things that struck me as you were speaking was people have pictures in their head of who they are, and that's largely based on what they've done or what people have told them, their experiences perhaps. So I'm not a runner, I'm not a weightlifter, I'm chubby, I'm yoga, what's that? Breathing exercises, what's that? The mindset people have about who they are right now is their current reality. And I want to encourage listeners, when you're listening to Thomas speak and Heath speak, is to keep an open mind that we're all born, and we had this almost unlimited potential as young people growing up. And as we started to grow up, we started to learn who we were, and people said things to us. We had experiences that created the people that we are today, and I just know that at some point, at several points in my life, I had to really reflect on who I was right now, and then create a new vision about what I wanted to do and who I wanted to be. And the physical body and the health part of life is totally recreatable in my estimation. I've seen it happen in my own life. I've seen it happen in so many other people's lives. And who we are today, the time we allocate to physical activity today, the way we eat, the way we shop, it's really 100% controllable in my estimation. Now, he's got not good knees right now, and I don't have good knees right now too, but I've got a mountain bike, man. So at 4:00 today, I'm off for an hour and a half on my mountain bike. Knees don't factor into that, right? So I have had to change my activities over my lifespan, but there was a time when I was running for 2 hours at a time, right? I was not a marathoner, but a half marathoner. So I just want to encourage people listening that I think of all the things we do in life, our bodies, our eating, our health is that's why they use the word "our." It's within our control. I'd also like to encourage you to reach out to a coach, to somebody that could support you, to somebody who really understands nutrition and these are complex things. It's not a natural thing to know what to eat, when to eat it, based on our body types, based on our exercise patterns. There's all sorts of experts out there, all sorts of people out there that, with a little bit of instruction, a little bit of encouragement, can massively change our lives.
I want to encourage you with one thing here. Then I'm going to set you a little goal task, and I've only just met you on here today, but I think that could benefit you before you get out on your bike ride. Sorry, I don't mean to take the call somewhere else, Heath, but seeing as we're about the uncommon truths, I believe, and I know you've heard a lot about the Wim Hof method, and people think breathing, what is that? Like Bob said, and it just made me think, well, I'm going to get you to actually try this before you go out on your mountain bike today. And we're going to send you a link, and it's going to take you about 5 to 7 minutes. And you're going to go out there having just flooded your body with a bunch of oxygen into the brain. You're going to feel a whole new pump. It's quite incredible doing this, and I won't delve into it too much, but there is a lot of uncommon truths about our autonomic nervous system, the central nervous system network that we have, and it's autonomic, meaning that we have really no control of it. However, there's some studies coming out of the Wim Hof method where he's actually discovered that we can have some control. It's becoming more of a conscious brain, if you like, by using our breath. And we can tap into some incredible things by actually, activating these systems deep within the midbrain, in the active cortex there. So it's quite incredible. And I think just some small steps, and why I love the Wim Hof is because it's really simple. It's about 34 inhale, exhales. You exhale and you basically hold the breath for as long as until you need to take another breath in. Full inhale, squeeze down, pressure towards the brain, and then you follow that, and you might do 2 cycles today. And it really helps to not only improve that kind of vascularity system, it helps to improve the blood flow. It can help improve the respiratory system because you're challenging it, you're utilizing it fully, and more on a neurological system as well. So I think that would be a great thing for you to throw in there.
Well, brilliant. Brilliant, my friend. Brilliant. Listen, I learned many years ago that I had to hydrate before this, right? So that's what I do. I take the time and I drink water before I go out and do an activity. And what an increase in energy level, what an increase in endurance to drink before, and during too, but before, right? Half an hour before. So the breathing thing, brilliant, my friend. Thank you so much.
We'll drop a little tag for you to check it out.
Nice.
Challenge accepted. Challenge accepted.
So guys, I just need to show you something. Challenge accepted. So
just for the podcast, he's wearing a t-shirt that says challenge accepted. Brilliant, lad.
Yes. So, hey guys, this whole point, I just want to summarize before we go into our very last discussion segment. But I think there's 2 really key elements here. One, we got to realize we need to make being healthy and fit simple. And our health and our fitness is really tied to what we think. So I challenge everybody, as I challenge myself every day. A man is what he thinks. Start using words after I am that are affirming and positive focused, because our mindset and our state is a critical success factor to anything, not just our health, not just our fitness, to anything. The 4 pillars of health are really around that. Tom, you talked about breathing. Breath and breathing is critical. Just 5 minutes of deep breathing will change your entire body chemistry and your mindset. 2, the nutrition and hydration we've talked about. We need to keep it simple. Drink water. If you think you're drinking enough, drink a little more. And quite honestly, you'll be shocked if you just add a little Himalayan sea salt into that for your electrolytes or BCAAs or other things. There's lots you can talk about on the subject. It will really make a significant difference when you're going into doing something exerting like a bike ride, Bob, or a golf game or anything that is going to be long-term. Salt is critical to proper hydration. 3, we need to do the activity. We need to exercise. That's it. Move the body. You don't need to be an elite athlete. We're all on a journey to our ideal health and body balance. 4, rest.